Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. From last few days, you have been seeing a news on NSE and the financial misgovernance. We also call it as corporate misgovernance that has happened in NSE. In this video, we will see what is NSE and what the issue is revolving around NSE. Here you can see NSE fraud, CBI quizzes ex-CEO Ravi Narayanan. Okay, and here SEBI can find Yogi behind NSE scam. Yogi, we will discuss more about this, how this particular unnamed Himalayan yogi gave directions to the former CEO and the MD of National Stock Exchange and how she obeyed his orders. The faceless yogi and trips to tax havens. Who is this faceless yogi? This is yet to be drilled by the CBI. As and when the CBI comes up with a report, we will update you regarding this. For now, just know that a faceless yogi was monitoring or was directing the former CEO and the MD of NSE regarding the processes and also appointments related to the staff of NSE. Now let's see what National Stock Exchange is. It is located in Mumbai and it was started in the year 1992. And one more thing that you have to know about NSE is, it is only after NSE came into place, the automated transactions started. Automated transactions started. Before that, before the automatic transactions, we had the brokers who used to shout on the floors of NSE in order to auction the stocks. Now we have everything automated, it is taken care by the computer. It was the first exchange in India to provide completely automated trading. See, we have seen this again. As of June 2020, this makes it one of the world's largest stock exchanges with a market cap of $3.4 trillion. This is the market cap of NSE, and there has been a debate or an issue regarding listing of NSE. Okay, and here I would like you to have the attention. This listing of NSE is also was directed by the faceless yogi to then It was directed by the faceless yogi to then MD and CEO of NSE. Okay, now you will be able to understand what was the extent of influence this faceless yogi had on the CEO of NSE. Nifty stands for National Stock Exchange, and this is the equity benchmark index of the National Stock Exchange. Equity benchmark index of National Stock Exchange is called Nifty, and the benchmark index for BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, is called Sensex. Okay, you need to know both the names, Nifty and Sensex. What is the present case? Okay, what is the present case? CBI is questioning the former MD and CEO of NSE regarding a 2018 case involving allegations over some high frequency traders getting unfair access to speed up algorithmic trading. See, what happens when it comes to the trading which is automated is, even if the information of a stock moving up or the down, that is the price increasing or decreasing, even if the information is leaked before milliseconds or even microseconds, and that would be a great advantage to some of the brokers to make their profits. And what used to happen in this case was, such a sensitive information was being leaked and some servers of the NSE were hacked, and by this the brokers were able to get this sensitive information from NSE milli or microseconds before the actual trading used to happen. And this is how the traders used to benefit from the NSE data. CBI officials in recent days questioned former National Stock Exchange CEO Chaitra Ramakrishnan Okay, remember the name, very important. You can quote this case if it is solved. You can quote this case in your GS4, even in your GS3, and also your GS2 when it comes to governance part or the audit. You have audit. Okay, when you're talking about all these things, you can quote this particular case and it becomes very relevant. Chaitra Ramakrishna, who was the CEO, and her advisor Anand Subramanian. Remember the name Anand Subramanian. He was a consultant who was hired by the CEO without any formal interview process, and his name is not present in the HR documents of the NSE. Okay, when asked about such an allegation, the former CEO said that he was hired as a consultant, and that is the reason why we do not have any data about his hiring in the HR documents of NSE. We will discuss more about his salary and his influence in NSE in the coming videos. CBI said Ramakrishna over the years shared confidential NSE data and sought advice from an outsider she described as Himalayan yogi, and all these communications happened over emails, and now SEBI has got the trails of all these emails, and that is how we are getting the information. SEBI order said that the former CEO arbitrarily appointed the Subramanian as her advisor, adding he had no relevant experience. Okay, one example that I would like to give you here about the arbitrariness that happened in NSE. The former employment of this particular Anand Subramaniam was for 15 lakh per annum. This was the salary that he got in a private company while he used to work before. When he was appointed as a consultant to NSE, his salary became around 1.63 crore per annum. Okay, it became 1.63 crore, almost a rise of 15 times. And remember, his interview was taken only by the CEO, the former CEO, that is Chaitra Ramakrishna, and the entire HR document were unaware. HR team was unaware of such an appointment happening as a consultant. Okay, and within 3 years, his salary became almost 4.63 crores per annum. In 3 years, his salary became 4.63 crore. And remember, along with the allowances, all his domestic travelers was in business class, and he had to work 5 days a week, out of which 3 days he was mandated to work at the NSE headquarters, and the next 2 days he was working from home. Okay, this was his working condition for which he was being paid 4.63 crores per annum. What are the issues involved with this case? This can be a part of GS4, that is ethics, and most of the terms that I have mentioned here, you can see this in your ethics syllabus. So whenever you find questions regarding these particular topics, it is better to quote this example. Ethical and corporate governance. Governance should be ethical, and what are the principles of corporate governance? Okay, so corporate governance is something that is lacking in this case. Misappropriation of finances. We have talked about NSE being one of the world's largest, having one of the largest market cap, and NSE is the 11th largest stock exchange in the world. And when it comes to the misappropriation of finances, we have seen how annual package of 15 lakh turned into 1.63 crore and also 4.6 crore within a span of 3 years. Confidentiality, we have seen this issue where the former CEO and the managing director of NSE shared confidential and sensitive information for a name called Himalayan Yogi, and in some of the emails it is also said that this particular yogi does not have any physical manifestation. He does not have any physical manifestation, which means he has no physical existence, and this way you can conclude that she was talking to someone called God. Okay, she was communicating to God through emails, and God was giving her instructions regarding the daily administration of one of the world's largest stock exchange, that is National Stock Exchange. If this news would have come out during the time period of the Chaitra Ramakrishnan, then the entire corporate sector of India would have been jolted. Okay, entire corporate sector would have been shaken by such a irrational and unscientific move. Accountability. I have already told you, this particular consultant or the advisor, he was appointed through an interview that was solely conducted by the CEO, and his appointment was not brought to the notice of HR department of NSE. And here we have the issue of lack of accountability. Lack of accountability. Threat to capitalism and India's capital markets. India's capital markets. See, in ease of growing business in India, we have improved and now we stand at 63rd position. Okay, and now India, being an emerging market, is attracting investments. India is a major investment destination to most of the foreign investors. If such a move or such a misconduct is being carried out in the National Stock Exchange, where lakhs of companies are being listed, then it's a very bad mark when it comes to the capital markets and borrowing in India. What are the solutions? What should be done? As and when we have an update regarding this particular issue, we will let you know. And as of now, what should be done? What should be done in order to prevent such misconduct or misgovernance? The top management, or we can also call them as promoters, top management or promoters, must be allowed to choose not more than 50% of the independent directors, which means the independent directors should 50% of the independent directors should be chosen not by promoters. They should be independent. Promoters, they should be chosen independently from stakeholders. Okay, I guess you are understanding this. The rest must be chosen by various other stakeholders. Regulators must penalize errant directors through a whole range of instruments: financial penalties, removal from the boards, and a permanent ban from the board membership. As of now, what has NSE or SEBI has done is it has just suspended people who are accused of this case. This is not at all sufficient. In order to bring the rule based order, financial penalties should be in place and fast tracking of cases should happen. And also we must use the cybercrime department, because the entire conversation or the communication is happening through emails. If cybercrime department is taken on board, then it will help in the investigation process. Okay, in this case there should be a synergy between multiple government departments in order to deal with such a high profile cases. Now let's see a question. With reference to recent allegations of misgovernance on NSE, explain the principles of corporate governance. Okay, here the question has asked you to link the principles of corporate governance, which forms a part of static syllabus, with the current affairs. Okay, if you are not aware of current affairs, you can only answer half the question. You can only answer almost 50% of this question. You will not be able to answer the entire question as such. So this is the importance of current affairs when it comes to UPSC mains exam point of view. I hope you have liked the video. For more such enriching content, please subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.